Hello again.
Hello.
Today we're gonna react to a crossover review, and it's actually gonna feature someone I haven't reacted to before with anybody else. We're gonna be reacting to the Leprechaun review by the Nostalgia Critic and the Cinema Snob. And Alex has never really watched much of the Cinema Snob before, so I thought I'd show him the review that kind of introduced me to the Cinema Snob, which is still a very funny review after all these years. And just to be clear, we are aware of the controversy going on with Channel Awesome, but we're going to watch and react, and if I have any time I'll briefly get my thoughts near the end. But anyway, we're going to have some fun. Let's watch the Leprechaun review.
Alright. It's not even St. Patty's Day. Oh! Whoa!
Hello, I'm the Cinema Snob. If you're like me, what's the first thing you think of when you think of Halloween? That's right, leprechauns. Most of you would connect this famous icon to St. Patrick's Day. Well, that's because most of you are sheep. Halloween is the holiday to be associated with this mythical creature. Don't believe me? Then just check out Leprechaun. Finally, somebody sees these creepy bastards for the little demon fucks that they are. This movie realizes that 4-foot men in green hats, pointy shoes, and high-pitched voices are the epitome of fear. And we're gonna review this little masterpiece right here today.
Excuse me, what do you think you're doing?
I'm the Cinema Snob.
I'm the Cinema Snob.
No, I'm the Cinema Snob.
No, I'm the Cinema Snob. Well, okay. What do you say we review this anus turkey together?
I would like that.
So it starts out with Warwick Davis as the Leprechaun, looking about as scary as a midget Lady Gaga.
Try as they will, and try as they might.
Rainbow.
Steals we go. Won't live through the night.
Seriously, this movie is so unbelievably not scary that it just deepens my voice. Deeper. And deeper. Deeper. And deeper. God damn it! Sick of this shit! How the hell you do that voice?
Years of drinking Crystal Pepsi, my friend.
Brad's favorite drink.
So as the credits roll, we see a guy named Dan O'Grady comes home from Ireland to North Dakota. Must have been that big Ireland to North Dakota rush. However, he manages to bring a bag of gold with him.
Of course.
Gold. A wee person, a leprechaun. I caught him and made him show me where his gold is.
You know, I'm surprised they're still showing the credits. After that line, I assume everybody would just want their name taken off.
The faster than you can say, Bigora! The leprechaun appears out of the suitcase and attacks the old lady.
I want me gold now.
Oh, come on, he didn't kill her. She's just a fucking clod.
Your wife makes a fine pot of tea, Danny me boy.
But luckily, Danny Boy has Irish kryptonite, or in this case, a 4-leaf clover, which I suppose weakens him.
Apparently 4-leaf clovers are deadly to this
For the
leprechaun.
Your bullets won't stop me forever.
I don't know. Movie logic.
So, did he pick... Oh, they were in the basement now,
Wait
I
a
see.
minute, what did we
Yeah.
miss? Bullets can't hurt him, but then he suddenly passed out? In fact, why was there even an edit there? They just dissolved to the exact same scene.
And he picks him up.
We'll keep you in there.
Picking the little guy
So,
up.
yeah.
Brady nails the little
In the
guy in
crate.
the box, and trust me, that's not as exciting as it sounds. But before he can light the fucker on fire, I guess he has a heart attack or something.
In his own house.
As opposed to out in the
But
street.
wait a minute, if that happened to him, whatever happened to the box?
No, it's okay. He's being looked after by top men.
Who?
Top men.
So how'd the box get from the house to here?
It was already down in the basement.
Yeah.
You just put him in it. Oh, you mean the
Got to
gold?
a mere 10 years later as we see one of the
He
main
smuggled it
characters
over in an
played by
urn.
Jennifer Aniston? She's in this movie?
Yep, Jennifer Aniston's old career is pretty much like David Schwimmer's current career.
Alright, just keep the French jokes to a minimum.
I make no
This is her first film
Turns
before
out
she did
Aniston and her
Friends.
father, Randy Travis here, are staying in North Dakota for a while. And of course, they're staying in the old house where Darby O'Gill's gangbanger is.
How about I get a hotel somewhere in town, and you can come visit. Hey, I'll pay for it.
Honey, you really think money's all you need to get by in this life?
Well, she is Jennifer Aniston.
So she runs into one of the house painters, played by Jim Carrey Bacon here, as he's part of a painting company called Three Guys That Paint.
You'll never guess what they do.
Paint?
No! Make obnoxious comedy relief.
Boy, I can go for a beer right now.
You're too little to drink. Don't you ever drink that stuff.
Hey, Ozzy, what's this? Gotcha.
No.
Please tell me they die.
I'll pray for us both. So that little twerp who I swear is the long-haired version of Ness is named Alex, who you might remember from Mr. Nanny.
And don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead.
Never saw it.
Good. And that big tub of idiot who's dressed like a race car bed?
Chris
He's named
Farley?
Ozzy, played by Mark Holton.
He was in
So we
Teen
see
Wolf.
Jennifer Aniston go downstairs to give Jim Carrey Bacon some juice.
Oh.
Dog! Oh, I just thought we were shouting animals.
No, only I may do that.
Oh, okay.
So after Aniston heads back up, Ozzy heads back down, swearing he heard something. He accidentally knocks the four-leaf clover over, which gives the leprechaun back his powers.
Hey, Tubby.
So he's fine in a
You
box for
got a
10
light
years.
for those leprechauns?
Well, the four-leaf clover was on top.
Yeah.
Well, it's about as good as most Irish cooking.
I need me gold.
So Ozzy tells them all about the leprechaun, but of course nobody believes him.
Hey, look up in the sky.
So what, Ozzy? It's just a rainbow.
It's a magic rainbow.
Jack, gonna make this movie good?
No, they say it's a magic rainbow, not a miracle rainbow.
So they follow the rainbow to where O'Grady hid the gold when Blimbox here actually swallows one of the coins. My guess is he thought there was chocolate
And
inside.
apparently it stays in there for a day and a half.
Get you an operation.
For what?
To make you
How does he swallow a coin?
go to the hospital and have them operate.
He's trying to bite it and he went down by
Is this
accident.
Clovers for Algernon?
Hey.
No operation can make you smart. Well, if it could, the producers of this movie would have gotten it ages ago.
Meanwhile, Aniston tries to help paint the house while the leprechaun tries topping off her mourning.
Nathan, come on. What are you doing?
So the leprechaun attacks both Aniston and her father as they try to get them to the
Ow.
hospital. Hey, is it me, or do you totally want to see a sitcom called Three Guys That Paint?
Yeah, I can actually see that happening.
3.5 guys.
This fall, the CBS. One's a good-looking painter, one's a bumbling doofus, and the other is the boy with the heart of
Get Randy
gold.
Quaid.
Top it all off with a psychotic killing leprechaun, and you have the hit family sitcom of the year, Three Guys That Paint, coming this fall on CBS. Welcome home.
So as they head to the hospital, the leprechaun finds a mode of transportation to follow them. That's right, folks.
This is
This
absurd.
is what's gonna try and
To be
scare you
fair,
from
this
the
was
majority
meant to
of
be
the
a
film.
horror
Little guy
comedy.
on a tricycle.
But that doesn't
Hey,
help
at
it
least it's
much.
more
Not at
dignified
all.
than playing an Ewok.
This is so
They take one of
absurd.
the coins to an expert who tells them that the gold is real. He keeps the coin overnight to analyze it some more when he senses something wicked this one comes.
Wicked or Wicket?
Doesn't matter. Oh, don't act like you can build up suspense, movie. You're called Leprechaun!
And here we finally see what this pot of shit looks like.
Really? That's the scary makeup he's been given? That's not the least bit frightening.
I know, he was more intimidating in that kid's film, A Very Unlucky Leprechaun. In fact, he's actually scarier looking in that film.
You're right. He actually looks more scary in the children's film than he does in the horror film.
Yeah.
In fact, did we get the right
It's
version?
more friendly in the
So he
horror
kills off the
film.
store owner by, get a load of this, a fucking pogo That's the
God.
Leprechaun's weapon of choice?
Hey, don't laugh. My father went the same way.
This is terrible.
This was actually put on a DVD of best horror death
So
scenes.
Leprechaun decides it's time for an
I guess
upgrade.
it
He goes from a
was a cheap
small
DVD.
childish tricycle to a small childish Barbie car. Nothing but the finest for this dignified
Oh my God.
character.
For real?
Yeah.
This may end up killing me, but I just gotta know.
Why don't you take that ridiculous mask off and step out of the car?
It's not nice to make fun of a leprechaun.
Is that so? So now you're a leprechaun, huh?
Uh-huh.
Next you're gonna tell me you're gonna end up in space or in the hood.
Actual sequels.
So the Leprechaun attacks the cop as he runs away to try and hide. I don't blame him. I don't think I could face the world knowing I was beat up by a melting willow.
Over here. I'm over here. Oh, Tom Bombadil is a merry fellow. Bright blue is his jacket and his boots all yellow.
Oh, he throws a stick at it? Is that
He's
really
looking
what
for
they
his
teach these
marshmallow
guys
hearts
when they
and
come across a
stars.
supernatural being? Throw a stick at it?
And pot the gold.
Sarge, I got a question.
What is it, Callahan?
What if, now this is totally hypothetical, what if I was attacked by a psychotic killer leprechaun that was trying to kill me?
Yeah, I don't know. Throw your stick at it.
Throw my stick at it, right? What if it's the Easter Bunny?
Get out of here!
Please, don't let me die while I'm next to your crotch. He snaps his neck? Really? I don't know why. I guess I thought he would come up with a more imaginative way of killing this guy.
Well, they had to keep it somewhat realistic.
Now where's the pot of gold?
So he goes back to the house looking for his goal as he comes across a cereal called Lucky
Oh God.
Now, I can't imagine why the real Lucky Charms wouldn't want their bright and colorful image attached to this dark and gory horror film.
Well, you didn't need to know the answer. It's magically there.
Appeal to
No
children
problem.
for sure.
So he goes into the
Lucky
closet,
Charms
pulling out all the
actually
shoes in the
sued
house
them
and
to
shining
not
them.
include them in this
Why?
movie.
I guess he has a shoe fetish. The others return home to find the place in shambles.
This is crazy. What the hell's going on here?
Well, it could have been a bear. They sometimes come down from the hills looking for food.
Yeah, bears are often known for
Yeah.
eating food and shining shoes. So Jim Carrey Bacon goes out to inspect the place when he's caught in a bear trap that the Leprechaun set up. This results in a pretty embarrassing fight scene.
Jesus, this choreography is making Dolomite look good. And now, obvious dumbass line in 3, 2, 1.
Nathan, that was no fucking bear. Distributor cap. Alex, be careful.
Oh, good. Send the little boy out. What a dangerous leprechaun is.
Same
Nothing but
size.
straight arrow ethics for these people.
To run in the car?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he can appear in a safe, but he can't get through a car window. What is the extent of his lame-ass powers anyway?
There's actually a funny moment where they burn him with a car cigarette lighter.
What are you doing in there?
Didn't show here, but yeah.
It's Mario Kart
God.
Race 2000. Don't forget to hit pedestrians to get the golden coins.
With the pitchfork.
Oh, you a mean motherfucker.
Did he build that in that short
Yeah.
period of time?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
Oh, fuck crying out loud.
Oh, my Hot Wheels don't flip over that easy.
Wait, that door must have sharp hinges.
Where they shot him and nothing happened.
Yeah.
But they slam a door and his hand falls
Shot.
up.
So
Yeah.
Aniston finds out where the boys hid the gold as she goes out to return it to the leprechaun.
You ever worked one of those things before?
Nope.
It's okay. Just pretend like you're shooting Brad Pitt.
Is that my gold?
What the hell are you?
finds that one coin is still missing. That's the piece that
it's in the
Ozzy
guy.
has in his stomach.
Yep.
He's got me coin. No one takes a leprechaun's gold.
I don't even get it. What's he gonna do with the gold? It's not like he can just walk into a place and buy a yacht.
He'll eBay it.
He needs another Barbie car.
He'll cash it.
What, dressed like that?
He'll get a disguise.
What kind of disguise?
Just shut up, okay?
Alex, you gotta get some ice for Ozzy's ear and boil up some water.
Recovery.
He's just in the fridge now. He's in the safe in the fridge.
If he can just
Hello. Help us.
Operate like that? Yeah.
Inside of here.
Do you have an Albert in a can? You do.
Pennywise.
Well, you better let the poor guy out.
They figure out the only person who can stop him is Dan O'Grady, the guy from the beginning, who apparently is in an old folks' home down the street. But how are they going to get away from Rumpelstiltskin? Get this, they just throw shoes at him to shine.
He really has to shine every shoe that he sees? What's wrong with this guy? He has OLD, obsessive leprechaun disorder.
Oh,
They get to the
that's
hospital,
that
what do you
easy,
discover?
huh?
What a shock. The leprechaun is there waiting for him. She tries to get away, but oh no, the leprechaun has a wheelchair.
this is supposed to be terrifying.
So she comes across the O'Grady guy in the elevator, or rather on the elevator, as he tells her how to defeat him.
Holy clover. Freshly plucked from the clover patch. Beside the well. You gotta put it on his body. To touch him.
like you do.
You can kill him.
So what you're saying is, I have to look over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked before. So of course she comes across a bunch of clovers as she tries to find one with 4 leaves.
Little girls should look for 4-leaf clovers.
Is that a saying now?
I just don't get how we're supposed to find this guy scary.
Oh, it can work. Just imagine him as a child molester. That'll make him look a little spooky. Her friends knock him out as they finally find a 4-leaf clover in the field. And it even glows. I'm surprised they didn't find that earlier.
But the leprechaun attacks Ozzy, trying to get his final coin. Fortunately, the little boy pops up, saying probably the most epic line in this movie.
Fuck you, Lucky Charms.
Oh, that was cosmic.
Yeah, didn't think you'd hear a line that awesome in this movie, did you? But you did, and it's a masterpiece of rhyming.
Fuck you, Lucky Charms.
Seriously, that shit is worthy of Schwarzenegger.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Though this does raise the question, how the hell would he even know what Lucky Charms is if they have Lucky Clovers in this world? Because when you think about it, it doesn't really make sense with the...
Could
I
be
really
the
shouldn't
generic
question it,
version.
should I?
No, you should not.
It's still cosmic.
So just when you think it's dead, the fucking little green goblin refuses to die. This looks like a job for a slug in the face.
Ah, so gasoline is the true killer.
Jesus, that's one unstable leprechaun!
I guess their blood is made out of fucking nitroglycerin.
So the leprechaun is destroyed, the people are safe, and they never have to fear about seeing him again.
That is, until the cum-guzzling whore, known as the Hollywood sequel, takes over and pimps it out like a brothel.
So that was Leprechaun. I didn't like it.
No, me neither. I mean, do we really have to go into great detail why this movie is bad? The plot's ridiculous, the characters are morons, and it's a fucking leprechaun!
I don't know why they thought a little green man would be frightening, but he's not. He's simply not. The whole plot for this movie sounds like a Will Ferrell scenario. Nothing about it sounds like a legit horror movie. It's just magically despicable. And that's all for Nostalgia Weed. Thanks for watching, and thanks for joining me, Cinema Snob.
No, thank you for... No, this was a giant waste of time.
Dickhole. You're a dickhole. I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to.
You're still a dickhole.
You're a dickhole.
No, you're a dickhole.
You're a dickhole.
Dickhole.
Wow.
Doug, Robin, Brad. Wait.
Fuck you, Lucky Charms.
So, first off, how do you think Doug and Brad work together?
I thought they had good chemistry working together, and they played off of each other and each other's persona as well.
Yeah, they're pretty similar, but pretty different, mainly in what they review.
Mm-hmm.
Doug mostly does mainstream type movies,
Mm-hmm.
while Brad has reviewed some mainstream. He mostly sticks to more B movies and kind of cult classics.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think their personalities complement each other. One's deadpan, the other one's more excitable. So
yeah, good playing off each other. And this was, I think, the first time I ever saw the Cinema Snob, because I found the Nostalgia Critic first, and since then I still enjoy both of their works a lot. And if anyone was to ask me who my favorite reviewer is,
Mm-hmm.
I really don't think I could possibly choose. I always would put Doug and Brad together on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have equal enjoyment and admiration for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to video making, they're two, I connect to them on two different levels.
Mm-hmm. And for me, the Cinema Snob probably edges out Nostalgia Critic. Sorry.
Yeah, like, I like Doug's review style the most, but I connect more with Brad because the Cinema Snob reviews the type of movies that I am a huge fan of and just enjoy more. And yeah, Brad can get pretty extreme with the movies he reviews. Exploitation, horror movies, porn.
Mm-hmm.
Be glad I didn't want to show you one of those to react to.
I remember some of your reviews, yes. Whew.
How does the movie Leprechaun look to you?
This is unbelievably bad. Bad is not even the right word for this. I mean, the only redeeming factor, maybe you reach for some of the humor, maybe Jennifer Aniston herself being in the film is some sort of redemption, but I mean, it is unbelievably bad, to the point of unwatchable. This is like Killer Turkey level, you know?
Oh, Blood Freak?
No, Thanksgiving. If you've ever heard of that movie. Killer Turkey at Thanksgiving.
I might have.
It's that bad.
Poultrygeist?
Yeah.
Bad.
That bad. And I think the worst part of the whole thing is just the vehicles that the Leprechaun keeps using. I mean, and then the fact he never runs very fast. He just kind of appears places, but it seems like you could outrun this guy pretty quickly. But, oh well, then there wouldn't be a movie.
I did my own review of this movie about 2 years ago. It's 50 minutes and nowhere near as good as these guys' review, but I covered most of what I thought in that. Mainly that I first saw this movie on like the Sci-Fi Channel when I was 10, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And being a 10-year-old, I like just about anything, especially stuff my family wasn't letting me watch.
Yeah.
So I was too young to see how bad it is, but as I got older, my thought is, it's really fucking dumb, but on a camp level, I do find a little enjoyment from it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think it's a good movie by any means, but I do enjoy certain aspects of it, mostly Warwick Davis as the Leprechaun, because he puts his all into it, and
Whatever he has, yeah.
he just has a blast playing this character.
I think that's the only reason that there were sequels to these, is because it was just so bad the thing itself became a joke, you know?
Yeah, like, second film, it's about him trying to find a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Third movie, the Leprechaun
Again, ridiculous premise.
goes to Las Vegas.
Ridiculous premise.
And as they said, he goes into outer space.
Yep.
Because why not? Jason did it. Pinhead did it. And then the last two had him going up against rappers like Ice-T.
What is the box office for this?
Actually, with the exception of the first two, all the sequels went direct to video.
Okay.
Make more sense now?
Yes.
And actually, they did make a new one a few years ago, but they recast Warwick Davis because, I don't know, maybe he's too old. But yeah, pretty dumb.
He couldn't handle his own action scenes at that point? Is that what this is?
I guess one of the most frustrating parts for me would be, okay, if he can, as you said, apparate into the house whenever he wants, why does he do that every time they go in there and they lock the doors? Like, he could just appear.
Mm-hmm. Or inside the truck.
Yeah, like
or out of the well.
Like, the extent of his powers is very inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
And Doug and Brad, who keep saying, he's not scary, I'm like, well, it was kind of meant to be a horror comedy, so it's not like I'm going there expecting, like, Nightmare on Elm Street.
But it's not... It still takes itself more seriously than Scream. You know, Scream didn't take itself seriously at all. That's a horror comedy. This one,
Scream actually,
I think they pretended that they're a horror until everybody hated it. Oh, we're a horror comedy. I don't know. I think there was a little bit of that.
Yeah, there were a few moments where it was clear they actually thought this might be frightening to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to a 10-year-old, but...
That's their audience. 10-year-olds watching it.
But to an adult, no.
Yeah.
And I love this review. It's one of my favorite crossovers. And Doug and Brad, they always make a good team together.
Mm-hmm.
Playing off each other very well. And for anyone who might be wondering if I have any thoughts on the controversy with Channel Awesome, I think it's unfortunate. If you don't know what it is, just look it up and you'll find all the details and you can make up your own mind what you think. I know a lot of people have decided that they won't watch the Nostalgia Critic anymore, or they're going to stop being fans because of what's going on. Me, I find what's happened and what did happen a bit upsetting and a bit disappointing, but for the people who are getting the most flack, who apparently caused a lot of the trouble, Doug he does get a little, but he's getting the least amount of flack, and regardless of a controversy, I find Doug Walker to be extremely talented, and I've loved his reviews all these years, and even with the reviews he's put out after everything started, he's still got the magic. And as long as I still enjoy it, I will still watch. And just to make a point, you have directors like Roman Polanski and Victor Salva who have done despicable things, and they're talented, and as long as the movies are good, I still watch them. And I must say, I like the Nostalgia Critic, and I really love the Cinema Snob, so I love this review. That's all I gotta say. Any final thoughts?
No, it's just, if you don't take this movie seriously, then I think it might be worth a watch, maybe around Halloween or St. Paddy's Day. Otherwise,
especially when
yeah, if you're looking for a movie that's going to be scary, true horror, this is probably not it. If you're looking at the beginnings of Jennifer Aniston's career, this may be the place to start.
And if you want to see a movie with a dwarf in the lead, there's also that reason.
Yeah.
That's about it, and one of the funniest moments from the actual Leprechaun movie is when he accidentally puts his hand on a burning stove, peels it off, and we see the imprint. He's like, "We're cooking now, kids!"
Not the wheelchair.
The Benny Hill music's not in the actual movie, but in the review, I love that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining once again.
All right.
And
always good.
Hope to have you back soon, and see you next time, everybody.
Enjoy.
For the past couple of years, I've been watching people on YouTube do review shows, where they give their thoughts as well as do a lot of comedy. People like the Nostalgia Critic, the Cinema Snob, the Blockbuster Buster, and so many fucking others. And like all these other movie reviewers, I've given myself a review nickname. It's something that I think will grab people's attention. Will let you know immediately that I'm a movie guy. And it's a name I'm sure that no one else has thought of using. The Unusual Suspect. I don't want to sound too full of myself, but it just feels so great when you come up with something so original.
Babe, I think that there's something you should see.